welcome to this video. I'm with Sam. Wagwan Sam.
Wagwan, how you doing?
Wagwan my driller. Alright, so me and Sam, we play for the big man team of the Mozzarella Sticks. If anyone does not know,
Yeah.
watch the SNL games or catch the scrims when they're streamed before I put them on unlisted. And we're gonna do just a lickle predictions on how the Divine EU division is gonna go in the SNL. So Sam, you have a very historical debate about this of BMing everybody you talk about.
I don't know what you're on about on that one.
Oh, bro, yeah, no, never happened, never happened. CDL Roundtable never happened, bro.
Exactly, it's different league, different time, innit?
Bro, that league never happened. Oh, imagine if that league did happen. That would have been a lit fucking league.
Wait, that was a reason I was confident in that, you know. That would have been an interesting league for us, I reckon.
Alright, so just gonna do a quick one. We have to give a little update though on the fact that we cannot predict the Salty Boys versus the Mozzarella Sticks because that game has already happened and we don't talk about that.
Technical issues, yeah.
Technical issues happened. Some things have happened. The Salty Boys had to take the 2-0 because there's a technical issue. We were going to take a too big of a dub there.
Yeah, man, I don't know what happened. It's a weird one, that.
Yeah. The game's up on my channel somehow, but like I don't remember playing it.
We must have been hacked. It
Yo,
must have been,
bro, I must have been DDoS that day.
I think we were.
I actually, I think we better actually run through the rosters first before people actually start wondering who the fuck are these teams.
Let's do it.
Alright, so Salty Boys is Solar Lane, Lolly, Poeep, Kevin, Jungle Snow Kid, mid laner Spoon, support Hydraulic, ADC Permaderp. This website does piss me off about one thing. When you go back, you have to then go back to the division you
Yes.
were on, and that tilts me. Oh my god. Mozzarella Sticks, obviously you got the lovely Villager Gimple in the solo lane. You have
That's my solo league.
that's my solo Donny, brother. You have myself in the jungle.
That's my jungle.
Hey, that's my jungler fam.
What you know? What you know?
You have Sam in the mid lane. That's my fucking mid
Yes.
laner. What do you do about that?
That's my MVP.
That's my captain, brother. Support. We've got the Don King 03.
Your boy.
And ADC, we have the main man himself, Don Dog. That's
Yeah, he's
my
not-
fucking
He's not
ADC.
bad. He's
That's
not bad, is he?
he's alright. He's alright.
He's alright.
You know, he's learning. He's learning the game. He's learning.
Yeah.
Yo, if he ever sees this, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Next team is Noobs R Us. We've got Psycho Killer in the solo lane, Dancing Clone in the jungle, Sean Murphy in mid lane, Anders the Insane in support, and Snooker Man 34 in ADC.
Pick up them boys.
Oh, you big him up, big him up. Never want to scrum us again, but big him up. Next team is the Fat Logs. Yeah, what a fuck. Some of these names are so dead, fam. Some of these names are dead as. Yeah, how do you go from Salty Boys, News R Us, and Fat Logs to the godlike Mozzarella Sticks name?
We're clear. We are
Wait,
clear.
bro, if you had standings based on names, bro, it ain't even competition. It's just
Give us
not.
the crown.
It
Just give us
gives-
the crown.
Alright, so Fat Logs, you got Mr. Fister in the solo lane, Livingston in the jungle, Bushy in the mid lane, Draco in support, and Rising Draconic in ADC. They're actually a pretty decent team, by the sounds of it. We'll see how they actually did. The Church of Kronos. Brexit means Brexit, apparently.
Brexit does mean Brexit.
In solo lane,
Johnny's.
in the solo lane is Stickman, jungle is Dale Hughes, mid lane is Chill Sam.
Nah, poor man Sam.
Big man thinks still you know,
That's,
dog.
that's like the Tesco value reduced one.
That's no Waitrose bakery thing, fam.
I'm sure it's a Sam user, but nah. I'm clear. Let's just establish this. I'm clear.
And then support is a Frog Prince and ADC is Gold Snake. Well, yeah, imagine, yeah, it just a sneaky one, Sam. We're still playing mid for Noobs R Us, fam. It'd be the triple Sam mid lane.
Nah, them two can fight out for silver. I'll sit on my phone and watch.
Big man thing. Well, you know, we've got the true Don Lemons. This is the favourites. We got Luce's Kittens
Pick up Denise boys.
making a return, fam. Solo lane, Lucas Holmberg. Jungle is Nyx.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mid lane, Bjorkland74. Support, Wasil Jeff. Wasil Jeff?
Yeah.
Wasil Jeff,
Jeff.
however you pronounce it. And Getting Toffee in the ADC role. You know what? Big up these Donnies. The fact they even came back, they're winners already.
Indeed. Got to respect him. You got to respect him.
Well, yeah, actually, no. You know how I said our name was clear? This name, not as good as ours, but it's actually
It's up
pretty
there.
decent. It's a decent name, brother.
It's out there.
A bunch of
Yeah.
idiots, fam. A bunch of idiots. You got Stinky Pete. He's an idiot in the solo lane. Idiot Noradi in the jungle. SMKL in the mid lane. Punk Red in support and Swedish in ADC. Now, obviously, we're gonna know a lot more about these Donnies. We've done our research on some of these Donnies. Like, well, most of these teams we know already. A bunch of idiots we don't know, but we've done our research on how these players have played in their ranked this season, and looked at builds and stuff like that. So we know basically we kind of have an idea where they're gonna be.
Yeah, but we have a surface level understanding.
So basically, if you disagree with how we predict things, you're wrong.
I mean, facts.
It is just facts. It's just pure fact. We're just spitting straight facts at them right now.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Alright, so going on to, so we're gonna go to week one. So
Let's go
this-
with it, yeah.
So we're gonna have to say the Salty Boys mozzarella stick DDoS happened, 2-0 happened to the Salty Boys already there.
Yeah.
Fat Logs versus Noobs R Us has also occurred. Fat Logs took the 2-0 there. Not as convincing as maybe we thought it was going to be though.
There were some good glimmers where it looked like it sort of could swing a little bit. It definitely wasn't a sweep.
No, it definitely wasn't. I generally think though a lot of the we're going to talk about this set more because we don't talk about the other set that's happened. We just don't talk about that. I think Noobs R Us really performed because I think the support finally had a. We only caught the game 2 because obviously we played our game as well that day, and Noobs R Us support and has really stepped up. I think in game 2, I think he had a really good game.
Yes, because we have scrimmed against that team a couple of times already, haven't we?
Yeah, and their front line has been a bit sus. I do think though. I think maybe they need to work out maybe a bit more of a style of how they're going to play because it just seems a bit uncoordinated at the moment. But I think the support definitely stepped up. I think the mid lane has stepped up. I think it's just sorting out the other 3 pieces. I'm not saying the other 3 are bad players, but I think it's just sorting them out.
I think that's going to come with a bit of time as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
The more you play as a 5-man team,
Yeah.
the more that sort of gel and synergy will come. The more you get a bit more comfortable with it.
Yeah. Now, if you haven't,
Anyway.
oh, keep going.
Like I say, it's a difficult start for them because we said earlier that the team they play against were expected to be one of the better teams.
Yeah.
They have
Well-
been thrown in the deep end a bit.
Well, if you hadn't already noticed, there was only 7 teams in this league, so a bunch of idiots did get the bye week this week. They did not have a game this week. They were also late entries anyway. So the only game to predict is the Church Kronos versus Lucis Kittens, and we have a decent understanding of both these teams, Sam.
We do. The Church of Kronos we scrimmed against recently, actually.
What do you
Well,
think
you-
of them?
It's tough to tell.
When you
I
can't-
think they showed some good glimmers. I think obviously, well, it's important to say we won the scrim. We got the better. We got the better of them in the scrim. But I think they can be competitive against a lot of the teams. I think they will pick up a lot of wins throughout.
I definitely think they are the. Obviously, going off what we know about a bunch of idiots, I definitely think they're going to come fourth, the Church of Kronos. I definitely think they're my 4th place team at the moment. Noobs R Us have that room for improvement.
I think yeah, I'm sort of predicting a sort of fourth or fifth. I reckon for them, sort of somewhere in that midpoint.
because I think it's a bit hard to engage how they play just against us because maybe the style we play is maybe not suited to them. I guess maybe it's just when you play super clean as we did in the scrim yesterday, and I'm not just trying to big us up here, but when we all said it, we all thought the scrim went super clean.
Mm.
So I think they have got some good pieces. I mean, but maybe work on your drafting a bit, boys. I mean, letting some of the gods you let through maybe was not the best idea.
Yes, yes. Some of the, I think that can be said for a couple of last scrims we've had. We've definitely won before the game even started.
Yeah.
For some of the drafts that have slipped through.
Let's talk about our heart now, Sam. Lucius Kittens.
Uh, you- I want these boys to. No, I want these boys to win this set. I do.
Bro, if we don't win this league, I want these boys to win it. I really want them to win it.
They're one of the dark horses, you know.
Bro, they gotta
I have,
be the dark
I,
horses, fam.
I have heard that they've obviously they've got a Phil sort of a backup who has been playing a few games for them, and I've heard that he's been doing very well when he's filled in. So I feel like they could be a bit of a dark horse, sort of underestimated a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we know they've they were in a league which we were in about a year ago, which they did struggle in. I think they were in it for a couple of years, weren't they?
Well, no, they played in the tournament before it, and then they came
Hmm.
last. They did get, but they had some tough sets leading up to it. They played the team so there was 8 teams. They played the team that came third and fourth. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah. And also it's important to say it's not the exact same team. I think there has been a change or
Yeah.
two in there, hasn't there?
There's been one change there. So the Phil that's personally been filling for them was their jungler. He stepped away and become the sub, and they've brought in Nix, who used to actually team with us, and hopefully he can really step up here for them. I think he's a decent enough player. He just had a few problems. Hopefully, he can fix them whilst teaming with them. I think this is the best team for him to fix those problems because they're used to losing. They're not going to tilt at him or anything when they lose.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit difficult in the early stages because naturally you're coming into a team which I understand the four of them or 4/5 of them with a sub all seem to sort of obviously get on. They're all sort of mates and stuff. Obviously coming into it at the start, that might be more difficult to gel into that.
Yeah, I think we might have a
That's,
Cubo Fred situation here.
then obviously yeah, as they play a couple of games throughout the season and sort of just get that chemistry built up.
Oh yeah,
I
defo,
think
defo.
that's definitely when we can start to expect to see some big improvements.
I think we can both agree though. I think we know what the score's going to be. I'm going to go with the 2-0 to Church
Yeah,
Kronos.
yeah. I think perhaps on a different day, perhaps further down the line, we might see a closer or different score. But I think obviously this team it is they're going to need to gel a little bit.
I think
It is their first game, and they're playing against a team which we know aren't that bad at all.
I think definitely there might be one close game, maybe. Like when I say close, I mean not like a complete shutout, but like
Mm.
I don't see both these games being close. I think one game will definitely probably be a stomp.
Yeah, I think if the Chelsea Brunos play well in one of those games or whatever, they get to a good start. They did perhaps get a slight lead. It wouldn't surprise me to perhaps see it snowball a bit.
I'm not gonna lie. I think they only have to play at the same level they played against us yesterday, and I think they 2-0 this with a stomp in there.
Yeah, yeah, they looked very respectable from what we've seen.
Yeah, and like we said before, not trying to big ourselves up. They came up against one of the better teams in this division in a scrim,
Yeah, yeah,
and they didn't know what to expect from us. We pulled out some jank. We pulled out some really good drafting and some just level of playing with each other constantly over weeks, scrimming and playing league matches.
mm,
Right, moving on to week 2, Sam. This is where we can actually get some good predictions on the go. We're not just predicting one
yeah.
game.
Fresh week now, fresh week.
You want to start from the bottom or the top?
Let's have a look. We will start We'll start from the top.
Alright, so we're back with the Church of Kronos
I like this game a lot.
versus Noobs Are Us.
I like this game a lot, you know.
I,
I think
I'm actually
it's
don't know who's gonna win this one.
that's why I like it a lot. Like,
Oh,
this really could go either way.
let me just explain the point system quickly. It's 3 points for a 2-0. You get 2 points if you win 2-1. You get 1 point if you lose 2-1, and you get 0 points if you get 2-0'd. Just letting you
Yeah.
know for when we
So
do our final stuff.
every game that really does matter. Even if you
Yeah.
lose the set, you can still pick up a point.
Yeah. Uh,
But yeah, back to Church of Kronos versus Noobs R Us.
I don't know who's gonna win this one.
I have a score in my head, but I'm not confident with it whatsoever.
I have a score. So I have the score I want, and I have the score I think. I have the score I want. I have the score that
You
kind
see,
of makes sense, but I have the score I actually really think.
I think I have the reverse of your score.
Alright, I'll explain my score I want and first. So the score I
Go
want
for it.
is a 2-1 to Noobs R Us.
Yes,
What's the score you want?
I would probably say the same 2-1 Noobs R Us.
What's the score you're not too sure about?
See, I think it is going to be a 2-1.
Just the other way,
It's
don't
just
you?
it's difficult to see which way. I'm I'm leaning like 51%, 49% towards Noobs R Us. Because I think obviously these guys have sort of been playing. We know they've got quite a few scrims under their belt.
hmm
They've all sort of had that like understanding between each other anyway. And they've started off against one of the better teams in the league and obviously got 2-0'd. So they will not want to lose 2 games in a row, 2 weeks in a row.
I I'm gonna just tell you what I think the most realistic score is gonna be.
Go on.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Church of Kronos.
You're going 2-0.
2-0.
Not even a single game.
I think it'll be very close games. I think maybe 30, 40 minute games both times. But I think Noobs R Us will not fix the drafting problem where like as in their drafts don't match the style of their play, whereas Church of Kronos only have to fix what they let through. Their draft
Mm.
suited the style of play they went for against us. It's just we had a better style. Our style of play is just better against that. Whereas Noobs R Us haven't fully quite grasped what they want to do as a team yet.
Yeah, I can see that.
And also, the thing is, the Noobs R Us jungler, Cloney. Much love to Cloney, by the way. He's very inconsistent.
Yeah, I would somewhat agree with that.
And in this game, it's going to come down to who runs the jungle, and also their ADC didn't get soloed by Doug. He played a very safe style against Doug. Doug's insane.
I mean, we joked earlier about how our ADC was alright. That was obviously a joke. He is a very good player.
Like, insane. He played a very safe style, didn't let himself get soloed, and yeah, I don't think that the end Noobs R Us ADC is nowhere near Doug. So this ADC can actually play a proper style, and if he wants to play that safe style, he can farm up, and I think he's going to do a lot more in the late game.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Clooney's inconsistency. You mentioned it as a weakness, whereas that could prove to be the advantage. 'Cause, yeah, he might not have the best game, but then if he does turn up, I mean, we've seen it in scrims before where he's turned up and like ran the early game.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think Clooney's ever going to lose his team the game. I'm not ever saying that.
No, of course
What
not.
I'm saying is though, is Clooney has the ability to win his team the game, or just be a bystander in the game.
And that's the thing. I think from the mental point of view, I mean, we're in a similar boat. We've both lost our first week, and I know for a fact that we want to get back and we do not want to lose our next game.
Yeah, but I think the big difference though is with the two teams though is Sam is Noobs Are Us played a less opponent, and that's not a knock at Fat Logs. It's just a increasement to the Salty Boys. And I felt like, yes, our game one didn't go to plan. Our plan just didn't work out that game. Like we set out with a game plan, it didn't come to fruition for us. Our game two plan, we had a very, very competitive game, whereas Fat Logs versus Noobs R Us, like we said, there was only fleeting moments. And I feel like they're going to come in with that exact same plan again.
See, I'm ready to shift to a 2-1 Church of Kronos, but I do think New Blowers will pick up a game. I think they will have one game where they all just turn up, they're feeling it.
Oi, bro, tell you what, yeah, I know enough to convince you.
We know when they turn up, though, they can really turn up.
Oh, good, Jake. No, like I said, I want them to win. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for these boys because, no cap, if the Church of Kronos boys are seeing this, I do apologise, but I'm rooting for my PlayStation Donnies. I've got to be rooting for the PlayStation Donnies, and I've got to be rooting for the boys I've known for time. So, unfortunately, Brexit does mean Brexit, and you man hopefully will not cross into EU territory.
In case anyone doesn't understand that, when we screwed them the other day, all 5 of them turned up with the English flags.
Big man king.
Actually, our sense of humour took us there.
oh, Sam, I've just looked at the next game.
Alright, so we're going to the next game.
Oh no! Oh no!
How long do you want to spend on this one?
Salty Boys versus the Loose Kittens 2-0 Salty Boys. Let's move on.
This is not a knock on Lucius Kittens at all, but obviously we know for a fact that the team they're playing is a very good team. I mean, obviously they have struggled in the past before, and they're still gelid. So I can't see that going any way other than a 2-0, I'm afraid.
Also, if anyone knows, the Loose Kittens are playing their week 1 match on Sunday and could be playing their week 2 match the day after.
Back to back.
There might be a bit of fatigue there as well.
That could work either way. They could be fatigue or could get them in the flow.
Yeah, it works either way. I see fatigue. Against Salty Boys, you need to be had enough practice to where you're switched on. Maybe a game. I think a set with like a warm-up game before them, not a set the day before, because you're not going to want to touch the game if you lose the set the day before. And you're going to come into play against a team where you know you're going to get duppied.
I can't see that being mentally draining.
Right, so
that's going to be dependent on how the game week 1 goes, depending on how they turn up.
I think if they win against Church of Kronos, my scoreline doesn't change. They may get a few kills though. Against Salty Boys.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to go to no opponent this week versus the Fat Logs. I'm going to go for a bye week as the result.
Yeah, I can't see going any other way, to be honest. I'll agree on that one.
No opponent this week. He just stays undefeated every week. He never loses a game. He only just buys the week.
He's consistent.
Never drops any kills. Never gets any kills. Man just plays the objective game.
He does his job. That's all you can ask.
No, that's what you do. Fat Logs, disappointing this week, bro. You go for a 2-0 to a 0-0. How are you letting yourselves down like that?
Oh, that's a glow down.
Now it's the battle of the glow up names. It's the battle of the king names. A bunch of idiots versus the mozzarella sticks, bro. And you don't have to do any work for a second week because we're the away team.
It's been very nice being captain and not having to do anything yet.
Oh my god.
So,
okay, can I just start this off, and we'll talk about it after. We'll do going forward. We'll do predictions and discuss. I'm gonna go 2-0 mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that one.
Now,
Perhaps
yes,
a little bit biased, but
yes, we do have bias to this. Yes, but the reason we think this is because we've looked at their team. Their best 2 players are the ADC and jungle, and our best player is ADC, and our joint second/third best player is jungle.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah.
So it's not like we're putting their best 2 players against our 2 players that are still, learning. I'd say you and Chris were the players still learning. You have less experience than the rest of us playing in competitive environment. Chris is learning his role.
Yep.
So it's not like we're putting like diamond and plat players against us who are used to this.
Yeah, imagine putting a Masters player against me.
Well, you've never done that before, have we? To be fair, it's not our fault, bro. It's not our fault.
Uh, but yeah, I think I'll get a bit better in this one. I'm hoping. I'm definitely jinxing this. This is definitely gonna age extremely poorly.
Bro, you're gonna get still at level 2.
Nah, it's never happened before.
Never happened, never happened. Never got sold in the first fight twice in the first 5 minutes. Never happened.
Nah, control almost a title or something. I don't know.
DDoS, fam, DDoS.
Yeah.
Right, so I think that's all we have to say about that. That's 2-0.
Yeah, I think. I just think if we turn up and do our own thing here, I think it is our game to win from what we expect.
Yeah, defo. Alright, we'll move on to week 3 then. Tragic Cronus versus the Salty Boys.
I feel like could be just a broken recorder or whatever at this point. But I've got to give it 2-0 to Salty Boys.
I'm going to give it a 2-0. I do think it's going to be the second most competitive set they've had
Yes.
in the first 3 weeks. I think that they'll definitely do a better job than Lucius Kittens did. I just don't think they'll do a better job than we did in game 2.
No, I mean, we've seen relatively little from Church of Kronos, so there's nothing to say that from the games we've seen from them might have been perhaps their slightly weaker games. They might have not turned up. So who's to say that they don't come out here and put an absolute blinder of a game in?
Bro, they could come out with a strat that just absolutely just fucking throws Kevin's team through a loop, and Salty Boys just don't know how to react.
Oh, it could happen, yeah.
But I don't see it happening.
But I don't see it happening, no.
So I'm going to go for a Salty Boys 2-0.
I think it has to be the 2-0, yeah.
Now it's for the consistent Donny. No opponent this week versus Noobs are us. I'm going to go for another bye week here.
I'm going back. He's a 0-0 merchant. He is. I'm going back it again.
Wait, bro, this is like fucking Tony Pulis in this SNL, fam. You bring him in, he's gonna do you a job, fam. He's gonna play Route 1 football every day of the week and gonna get you the 0-0.
He's parking 9 minutes at the back. Got a big man up top to waste a little bit of time. And yeah, he's getting the 0-0 for you.
Bro, man's drafted Peter Crouch out of retirement for this job. Lose are us, bro. Need a glow up. At least you didn't lose this set this week. At least you got yourself the 0-0.
It's a break. It's a nice little break from set themselves up again.
Hey, this is a set I'm looking forward to because of the solo mid and jungle, solo mid and support on Bunch of Idiots. Bunch of Idiots versus Lucius Kittens.
It's a very difficult one to predict.
How does the jungle and the ADC do against Lucius Kittens jungle and ADC?
Honest answer, I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
I'm gonna throw my hat on it. I'm gonna throw myself out there here, and I'm getting ready to be roasted for this, and I'll die on this hill. 2-1 Lucius Kittens.
Ooh. See, I agree with you. It's going to be a 2-1, but I've got it in reverse. I've got it the other way.
See, I'll die on the hill. I will let you. I'm not going to argue with you for yours because yours probably makes more sense. I'm putting in mine out there just because, you know, throw a little wrench in the works, throw a little ting on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see it happening. Again, from what we know, this could really go either way.
See,
because this is week 3, so I think sort of both teams are sort of starting to get into the swing of things by now.
I think we've never seen Lucius Kittens win a game. So if we're predicting them to win a game, will the momentum carry them to win a set? That's why I'm going for it.
They tell you what they need. They need a good hype man.
Bro, they just need someone. They just need someone playing Noels in their comms, and they do bits.
If they get a slight lead in the early game, they need someone blasting the music down the speaker. They need the hype. They need to be gassed up.
Right, bro. But on a real, yeah. So our team pretty much just hit me and Doug screaming through our comms.
But yeah, I think I'm going to go for myself. I think it's a 2-1 to the bunch of idiots.
A bunch of idiots, fam. I'm going
Idiots.
Lucy's Kittens, but I do expect yours to probably be right. I just really want mine to be right.
This is a game that I'm definitely going to try spectate.
Alright, so now it's the big game of the week, brother. The
Oh,
mozzarella sticks versus the fat logs. You actually have to do some work this week.
hey, what are you saying? Is it I don't normally do work?
I'm saying you'll have to actually submit match IDs.
Oh yeah, I see. That's killed my spirits now, you know.
But we're gonna get too old now because you're not up for it.
I'll probably submit the wrong match ID, so I'm gonna have to forfeit.
You know what? Okay, before we discuss it, I'm gonna go 2-1 mozzarella sticks.
Oh, yeah, but that was literally the score I had in mind as well.
You go 2-1 us.
'Cause again, I think it would be a competitive set. Definitely one to watch.
I think. Okay, so obviously different opponents, different skill levels opponents. We played a better team than they did in week one, which is what we're gonna go off because what we've seen.
Mm.
I felt we looked better.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree.
I feel like a lot of the reason why going into this, like they were submitted as a top team, which they still are. They're a top three.
Oh, definitely. That's why I'm a bit hesitant in saying. I mean, we think it'd be a 2-1, but
Um,
again, I think it'd be a close set.
I do think there are a lot of the players that we were worried about. Maybe they just had bad games. Didn't look as bad. Didn't look as good as we thought they were going to.
Again, it's hard to go just 1 week. I'll be interested to see how they do in the couple of weeks building up to this.
I think
Um,
I'm gonna go.
they've
Here you go.
quite lived up to what we expected. That's not to say they're a bad team. They're still a very good team.
They got the 2-0. I mean, that's a sign of a good team to play, not play as
Exactly.
well and still win.
Exactly. It's a sign of a good team if you don't play well and still get the win.
I mean, that was the Joey Support Squad 2.0's mantra. We never played well in a single scrim, but still won every single one.
Exactly. If you can do that whilst playing bad, then what can you do when you actually turn up?
Nah, I still got to lean towards us though. Doug, Villager, I think they're gonna win their lanes pretty hard. I think it all come down to whether me, you, and Chris can stay afloat in the 3v3. I think that's where Fatlog stand a chance.
Yeah.
I think as long as like I okay, I'm not okay. I think we'd all agree this in our team. As long as I step up out of the 3v3, we win. We win this.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
If I
'Cause
let
we've
Liv,
seen-
if I let Livy run the game, we lose.
Yeah, 'cause we have seen in past scrims on that rare off day, which you have, it really does does affect that 3v3 a lot. Whereas on the flip side, it can absolutely run the 3v3.
Bro, we'll just have to look at our yesterday's scrims. Scrim 1 against the first team. I had a bad game, fell behind. We got demolished in the 3v3. The next team we scrimmed, I ran the 3v3.
So if we lose this game, what we're saying is that we're blaming you.
Pretty much. But also blaming my mid and support for splitting on my farm with me.
What? Nah, I never knew that.
I will move on to week 4, brother. So we got oh, look at the first game.
Do we, do we need to talk about this much again?
2-0 salty boys, let's move on.
Yeah, they are a very good team, 2-0.
Wait, this is becoming my favourite set of the week when this guy pops up. Church of Cronus versus no opponent this week. This Donny, he's very consistent.
I mean, I don't know, maybe there could be a shock this week. You never know what happens.
Wait, maybe he'll pull out the 2-0. I doubt it though. I think he's going to Tony Pulis 9 at the back, the big man up front again. Waste some time.
Who knows, maybe that's a big scandal at the Church against the Church of Kronos, so maybe they have to forfeit, and then there you have it, by week off the bottom.
Maybe they all start beefing each other and calling each other racist, like our royal family does.
it can happen.
It
The
can
royal
happen.
family can do it, and so can they.
Exactly. If the royal family can do it, anyone can do it.
The best said about that to be the best said about our royal family, the better at the moment.
Nonce and racists. Britain.
That's my Britain.
That's my fam.
Unfortunately, that is our Britain.
Bare old people said, "I want my Britain back." We find after they say that, we find out we've got a nonce of a prince, and our royal family's full of racists. That's my Britain. Oh, you do love to see it.
Like you obviously you're up north. You're Scottish. I am full blown. I am full blown English.
I'm half and half, bro. I have to struggle half of myself with this.
You tried running away from it. You wanted your independence, and we didn't allow it.
Bro,
We're in this together.
Big man Bojo is like, where the fuck do you think you lot are going? Yeah, you're coming down with us, bro. You're coming down to the fucking land with us. Bro, we're all going down. If I'm going down, you're coming down with us. Oi, big up Bojo though. Also, yeah, let me just say about Scotland, yeah. We've got a shitter leader than you lot do, so don't chat to me about leaders until you have what we have up here.
I don't know, to be fair, they're both quite entertaining to watch at least. At least you can get a nice little laugh out the absolute shit show that's going on.
Oh, alright, let's get back to Smite. Alright, so mozzarella sticks versus Noobs R Us. 2-0 mozzarella sticks.
It's gonna be a 2-0, yeah. I just think again, look, we have some star names in this roster, whereas I feel like against us they're gonna lack that real star power, and we've seen it, they struggle against us in scrims. I don't really see any particular reason why that would change this week.
I don't see it. Maybe they come out with some strat that catches us. I don't think though that. I think they may catch us in the early game if they pull out a strat. Team fight wise, no, not a chance.
No, defo.
Alright, Fat Logs versus Lucius Kittens. I think we just move on with the 2-0 to Fat Logs here. Fat Logs going to be angry after the week before.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for a punching bag. They want to bounce back hard, and I think Lucius Kittens going to feel a bit of the brunt of that, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, we've put Lucius Kittens in a bad spot there.
Yeah.
Week. We've got to week 5. We're getting past the first round of schedules. You pick up your damn so Church of Kronos versus Bunch of Idiots.
This could be an interesting set. I think I'm gonna go for the 2-0 here.
I'm gonna go
Church of Kronos.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Church of Kronos. I do think that they do have a bit too much in the tank for them. I do think their 3v3 is not terrible. Their ADC seems pretty good. The solo laner seems pretty good.
Yep, they definitely seem like a team that can compete in pretty much the majority of games this season.
Yeah, defo.
Without doubt.
I defo think that they are definitely the team from the bottom 4 that can compete with the top 3. Like, actually give the top 3 a run.
Oh yeah, they will be looking to bridge that gap, and if they're looking to bridge that gap, they're gonna want to beat the teams like these. So they'll be focusing to make sure they don't slip against these games.
Wait, do you know what's a madness? I've not given a bunch of idiots a win yet, and you've not given Lucius Kittens a win yet.
No, I've given them. I've not given them a win.
A set win. A set win.
Yeah,
I gave a bunch of idiots a game as well, but not a set win.
I mean, to be fair, they've not had the easiest start to the schedule. Let's be honest.
I mean, I think bunch of idiots and Lucius Kittens have only got each other to beat. I think
I think that would be interesting scrap between the two. So I think they've both had difficult starts to the season, so they will be looking to pick up their first win at that point.
Alright, we'll save the game of the week for the end, so we'll go to the Fat Logs versus the Salty Boys. This is an actual slobber knocker of a game.
Yes. This will feel very good game.
I know what I want to happen, but I know what I know what I think's actually gonna happen.
See, I want to break the streak. I don't want it to keep saying 2-0, but how can you not say 2-0?
See, I want to say 2-0, but to the Fat Logs, but I can't. I need to say 2-0 to the Salty Boys.
I mean, obviously, after game week 1, after we've played them, I think this is going to be the game where they might potentially drop something. It's definitely
Yeah,
going to keep an eye on.
yeah, I think we definitely exposed maybe a weakness, but it's depending on whether they've patched this up by then.
Yeah, it was. We will have to see. We will have to see.
Alright, we'll move on to Lucis Kittens versus. One second, my phone is playing up.
Anyway,
Just be a tick. Lucis Kittens versus Noobs R Us.
this has potential to be a real scrap, you know.
Wait, it's gonna be a real scrap, but I'm still gonna go 2-0 Noobs R Us.
I mean, I am going to agree with you 2-0, but again, if Lucius Kittens haven't got, I mean, I think they will, but if Lucius Kittens haven't got much from the first 4 weeks by this point, they are really going to be looking to get something from this, and by this point, I feel like they'll be playing as more of a unit.
Oh god, yeah,
Also,
defo.
their jungler sort of will be a bit more adapted to the playstyle, and obviously playing games with uncommons and stuff.
Oh god, yeah.
I think the more games he plays, the more confident he's going to get as well.
Yeah, defo.
Make a real difference.
I do think it's gonna be two closer games, but
Yeah,
still gonna go for 2-0 Noobs R Us. I just think
I
at
still
this
think it's
stage they'll
right,
start.
yeah.
I think at this stage they'll also start learning the kind of style they want to play because they'll realize they have to. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck down there, maybe in fifth, maybe in sixth place.
Yeah, they will not want to be in that bottom two.
So I think they'll realize they'll need to either gel together, make a change, or they are stuck.
Yeah, I think there could be a potential for an upset, not aggression, but I do think that will be a 2-0 to them.
Alright, we're gonna go for the big game of the week now. Mozzarella sticks versus no opponent this week.
Oh, oh.
Is this the
I
first
mean,
person that's gonna hold us to a draw?
I mean, we all know that we don't take L's,
No L's.
so we're not taking an L here.
Technically, no.
And,
Technically, we took 0 L's in week 1 either. DDoS.
exactly. I mean, yeah. Unfortunate, really, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, we just had to
absolutely.
give up.
All our controllers died for half an hour, and just yeah, DDoS as well, and
Yeah,
it just happens, doesn't it?
yeah, you know how it be sometimes.
But yeah, I mean, I think we can move on from that game. Not not too much to be said there.
Like week 6. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, if I'm doing my math correctly, this is the last week before the re-round again. Before we go round again.
Maybe question mark.
No. It's
I
not. It's
think
not.
it
Not
is. I
this.
think
There's
it's the
two.
one after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I just, yeah, 'cause it's bye weeks. Yeah, it's bye weeks. I
Bye
forget
week,
about the
yeah,
bye weeks.
yeah.
The Church of Kronos versus the Mozzarella Sticks. I'm
This
gonna go
could be a decent scrap.
I'm gonna go 2-0 us though.
I think it would be 2-0 us again. I feel like the more we play together, 'cause obviously we are working on a couple of things and practicing a couple of things, etc., which just are going to require time. And by this point, I think that mid 3-3 you said earlier, that mid 3-3 is going to be a lot more established by then.
Oh god, yeah. I think it's just gonna be lights out. I think this game's gonna be just completely lights out.
Yeah, I think this will be a defo 2-0.
Right. Fat Logs versus a bunch of idiots. I'm gonna go 2-0 Fat Logs. Once again, lights
Yeah.
out. That 3v3 is gonna wipe the floor with them. Fat Logs ADC play what I remember quite a passive play style, so he can get away with playing against a bunch of idiots. Better player who's actually really good in their ADC role.
Mm.
And I think the solo lane's going to be lights out of the solo lane. Fat Logs going to wipe the floor with them.
Yeah, I don't see this being anything other than a 2-0. I mean, obviously, Fat Logs will be looking to get in that top 2 to get promotion.
Oh
So they're
god, yeah.
really going to make a statement here.
Lucius Kittens versus no opponent this week. We're gonna go for another 0-0 draw. Another park the bus thing.
Can't agree with that.
And Noobs Aros versus the Salty Boys.
Uh,
2-0 Salty Boys.
yeah, I want to take someone to take a game off him, and I will be cheering him on here. But I do think it's going to be a 2-0 to the Salty Boys. It's hard not to predict that.
Alright, we'll move on to week 7. We don't have to. The Salty Boys ain't getting a 2-0 this week. We'll start with them. Salty Boys versus the Dons of no opponent this week. No.
It's the first team to stop them.
Big Man Ting, MVP. That's my MVP team right there.
That's my MVP right there. Give them the crown already.
Give Peter Crouch the crown.
Invincibles who? This is the undefeated.
Wait, Sam Allardyce, bro. Park the bus, fam. He's came in and he's done a job right there. So the Church of Kronos versus the Fat Logs. I'll let you go first because I want a bit more ramp up for mine.
I want to go 2-1. Like, I think it is very possible that Church of Kronos could pick up a game in this. But I'm not. I think my head is telling me 2-0. I mean, we spoke about the players on the Fat Logs team. And I think just the quality. I mean, if they turn up and play their game, we've seen what they can do. They've beaten Noobs Aros in week 1 already. A team which you think will be somewhat similar to this. I don't see anything changing here.
Okay. I'm gonna go 2-1 the Fat Logs.
Okay.
I think the Church of Kronos are gonna take a game. I think it's gonna be game 1. The Fat Logs will come in thinking to themselves, this is an easy dub for us. They'll look at the standings, they'll go, they're there, we're here, this is going to be easy. Church Kronos are no pushovers.
So you think they're going to nick a game?
I do think they're going to nick a game. Brexit means Brexit. They're going to try the Brexit thing, and the Fat Logs are going to become like, no, we got the petition to reverse Article 50.
You know what, you sold me there.
Got it. They had the solution to it.
Two things of a valid point now.
No, that do be true. Alright, Lucius Kittens versus the Mozzarella Sticks.
Yeah, I think this is going to be 2-0 towards us.
Yeah, I do think so. I do gotta go for it, bro. It's just, I feel bad for them because they're nice guys. They're just coming up against players that are better.
I mean, yeah, I think they're going to pick up some points throughout the season. But I think here we know that our side lanes have a lot of quality. I think this is one of the matchups I'm definitely going to feel more comfortable with. Which, if I have the potential to pop off, and what's that going to say about about the players who are what battle side lanes? And I just do think it will be a 2-0.
Bro, would you get soloed at level 2?
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's happened before when I've been carried, so.
That do be true.
It happens.
Fam, you're just here to make up the numbers.
If I turn up as a bonus.
Alright, so the game I'm actually looking forward to, Noobs Aros versus a bunch of idiots.
I mean, I think it's going to be. Have I given him a 2-0 yet? I don't know if I have, but if not, then potentially their first. I think it's going to be a 2-0 Noobs Aros here.
I'm going to give him a 2-0 over Lucius Kittens.
Oh, you go then, yeah. So their second 2-0 then so far.
Oh, yeah, I think they pick up the 2-0 here. Ooh, actually, no. 2-1 Noobs Aros.
Ooh, okay.
Do you want to know why?
How do you think that is?
So the reason I said Lucius Kittens pick up the 2-1 is because I think momentum, stuff like that, and I still think Noobs Aros are a better team than Lucius Kittens. The reason I say Noob Zaros will struggle against a bunch of Idiats compared to the other two, Church Kronos and Lucius Kittens, is the ADC situation.
That is very true, actually, because we've
I
seen that ADC can massively struggle when against a very, very good ADC.
I do think that Church Kronos ADC is a lot better than Noob Zaros' ADC, and I do think and he can play that style that he played against Doug, and don't think the bunch of Idiats ADC will come in anywhere near Doug's level.
No.
And I think that Lucius Kittens will come off the momentum. And obviously, I said I would die on that hill. It was more of a want than a I think on that one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
um, yeah, I see Noob Zaros winning this, but not cleanly because of the ADC.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, on the flip side in that duo lane, I think we can both agree that their support will feel a lot more settled in by then.
I
So we've
do,
seen that he is struggling in early doors.
I do, but I have to say, once the supports leave, you're leaving Snooker Man, who's like silver gold, against a diamond player.
Yeah, it's not the best recipe for them, is it?
It's really not.
I think it does depend on how much he can, I guess, almost accept defeat and just try to limit it, opposed to actually trying fighting into it.
Yeah, I think if they're smart, they play just give him a team fight hunter, give him a Cupid, give him a Medusa, and just
Some of
let
them
him
can
play.
actually some of them have an impact even if they are slightly behind.
Let him just play for the team fights.
Mm,
That's the smart thing for them to do. Whether they do it, we'll find out. Hey,
okay,
so we're going back round, Sam. Because we're taking so much time, we're just going to rush through them now. We don't really discuss this.
go on, go on.
Mozzarella Sticks versus the Salty Boys.
My heart's telling me we pick up a game here.
You know what? Fuck it. 2-1 Salty Boys.
You know
We
what? I back it. If we
we
can't
end the
back ourselves,
streak.
then you will.
We end the
Yeah.
streak. We end the streak.
You the street killers.
Lucius Kittens versus the Church Kronos. I'm going to go 2-0 Church Kronos.
Yeah, I think I would agree on that one.
A bunch of Idiats versus no opponent this week. Going to go for a 0-0 draw.
A tiny nil draw.
Fat Logs versus Noobs Are Us. I'm going to go 2-0 Fat Logs again.
Yeah, I think I'll go for a 2 here. We've seen how that first game went.
Yeah.
Also, it's promising signs. I think we can expect to see something somewhat similar.
Alright, week 9. Noobs Are Us versus the Church Kronos. I'm going to go 2-1 to Noobs Are Us this time round.
Ooh.
I think Noobs Are Us will start seeing the climb. They need to start climbing up the fucking standings.
I think I'm going to flip. I think I went 2-1 News Hours first time.
No,
I'm going to flip it this way.
No, you changed to Church Kronos after I convinced you.
I'm still split on that one. I don't know which one.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Noobs Are Us because of the climb. I think they'll realise they have to start climbing the standings.
I can see it being a 2-1. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll go News Hours. I can see it. I can see it.
Lucius Kittens versus Salty Boys will move on. Salty Boys are taking that 2-0 every day of the fucking week.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
Fat Logs versus the MVPs. MVPs take this 0-0.
Yeah, 0-0, yeah.
Mozzarella
Whoa, whoa.
Sticks versus a
Wait,
bunch of
what's-
idiots. Mozzarella Sticks, big 2-dub.
The big 2-0. The big 2-0.
What you big man thing.
You know how it is.
Salty Boys versus the Church of Kronos. I'm gonna go 2-0 Salty Boys.
Yeah, it's going to be rare we see these boys chop a game. I think it's going to be a 2-0 again.
Noobs Are Us versus no opponent this week. MVPs are taking the 0-0 draw again.
It's 4, yep.
Lucius Kittens versus a bunch of idiots. I'm gonna go 2-1 bunch of idiots this time round.
I'm going to go 2-1 Lucius Kittens, you know.
We just flipping it. We just flipping this thing.
I think it's coming second half of the season is well underway. Coming towards the end of the season, these boys want to get a win. They're more than capable of doing it in games like these.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me to see it at all.
Alright, Fat Logs versus Mozzarella Sticks. Donny, hear me out. 2-0 us.
Oh, he said it with chest.
We're on a
Say it
hot
to the,
streak.
say it to the people in the
We,
back.
bro, we are on a hot streak. Bro, we haven't been 2-0 since the Salty Boys in week 1. We lost to them in week 8. Week 8, but we took a game. We ended the streak, bro. That's enough. We are on a hot streak.
Hey, you know what? I'm back it with chest. 2-0. 2-0.
2-0 to the Dons.
2-0. Mid laner pops off. 2-0.
Yeah. Midlander, 20-0. 10 minutes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, we've seen it before. 2-0. Yeah.
Playing AMC. Against set mid.
Keep them on their toes. Got to keep them on their toes.
He's playing AMC into set. That's what you do. That's what our mid laner's doing. Their mid laner's going to play set, and we're going to play AMC mid.
How are you going to ban against me if I don't know what I'm going to pick?
That's a true statement. New Zyrus versus the Mozzarella Sticks in week 11. 2-0 us again.
Yep.
No MVPs versus Church of Kronos. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw again.
Clean sheet bonus here. Yep.
Salty Boys versus a bunch of idiots. I'm going to go for the Salty Boys to pick up the dub.
Yep. Another 2-0 sweep.
Lucius Kittens versus the Fat Logs. Fat Logs are picking up this 2-0 very quickly.
2-0 again. Yep.
Punching Bag City.
Lucio Kittens will be riding high on their victory from last week. Perhaps a little bit complacent.
Bunch of idiots versus the Church of Kronos. I'm going to go 2-1 Church of Kronos.
So I'm going for 2-0 here.
I think the ADC situation, I think that bunch of idiots ADC might pop off in one game.
Yeah, there might be a close game or two in there for sure. Potentially could go either way. But I'll give just a slight edge here again, 2-0.
Right, no opponent this week versus the Mozzarella Sticks. You know what?
Someone finally halts the streak.
You know what? I'm going to go for a 0-0.
Oh. You know what? You
Yeah.
persuaded me. You persuaded me.
Well, were you thinking a 2-0 to us?
I don't know. I mean, you're thinking 0-0 to Mozzarella. I was thinking a 0-0 to the MVPs there.
Wait, bro, that might actually be a true statement. They're the only team that can really stop us.
I mean, they've yet to drop a set, so...
Yeah, exactly. They're absolutely dons. You know what? I'm actually going to throw a fucking barn burner out. So we're going to go to Noob Zaros first versus Lucius Kittens.
This game has potential as well.
You know what? You know what?
He's gonna do it.
I'm going to say it with chess, brother.
Set with just
2-0 Lucius Kittens.
2-0.
2-0, bro.
Okay.
Because I think Lucius Kittens take game 1, and I think the tilt will start, Noob Zaros.
2-0, okay. Not even a game.
Bro, if Lucius Kittens take game 1, the tilt will start.
I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to News Zaros.
I want a back clone. I want clones to do well, but bro, Lucius Kittens have my heart.
I think I think they do. They are the people's team.
They're the people's champ.
They are. If you're not
so,
supporting Lucius Kittens, then what are you doing? Let's be honest.
the Salty Boys versus the Fat Logs. I'm going on a fucking limb this week. I'm gonna go 2-1 the Fat Logs.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Salty Boys. I struggle to see these boys losing a best of 3.
Complacency, bro. Complacency.
I mean, yeah, maybe they think they've won the league by this point. Maybe they're trying out a couple things. Maybe they're preparing for life in a higher division.
Alright. Mozzarella Sticks versus Church of Kronos in week 13. 2-0 to us.
Yep, I'd echo that.
Fat Logs versus a bunch of idiots. I'm going to go 2-0 Fat Logs.
Yep, 2-0 again.
Lucius Kittens versus the MVP. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw.
The week they do it. They ain't dropping no games this week.
Salty Boys are 2-0ing Noob Zaros. Very easy.
Yeah, I think Salty Boys are looking to get a 2-0 here. No doubt.
Alright, week 14 is the last week. This takes us to June, by the way. We're in fucking March. This ends in June.
Well, we might be in pubs by then, you know.
No, no,
Is
no,
it-
no, 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 no. This league ends on the 13th of June. We still got like 7 days to go. We got 8 days before pubs.
We prepping for pubs. We prepping for the celebrations.
Yo, boys, we all linking up, fam. We flying people in from the EU to the UK. Yeah, we've celebrated the TIG.
It's happening. It's happening.
Like Fat Logs versus the Church of Kronos. I think last week Ting, Church of Kronos 2-1.
Oh,
I think they finally, too late, but bridged.
I think it's gonna be a 2-0 Fat Logs.
Okay, okay.
I think it'll be a close 2-0. I don't think it'll be a stop by any means. I think it'll be a closely fought 2-0, but I think it'll still be a 2-0.
Mozzarella sticks versus loose kittens. 2-0 mozzarella sticks.
Yep, I think it should be 2-0 again.
A bunch of idiots versus Noobs Are Us. I'm gonna go 2-1 Noobs Are Us again. ADC Ting.
You know, I'm gonna go 2-0 here. I think this time around they're a bit more wary of what to do. They learned their lessons from a potential game or two drop from the last set.
And
I think
then,
they'll be a bit more better prepared this time.
and then the Salty Boys, who will be champions, versus our true MVPs. No opponent this week.
This week, the boys.
Now I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say 0-0.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you on that one. You know,
It do be happening.
it's a crazy world. Anything can happen, but I feel somewhat safe predicting a 0-0 here.
Yeah, not be. Alright, so overall, that's that. We've predicted all the games. So we're going to do a quick standings. It may not make any sense to what we actually predict in the fixtures because we're going on momentum, but we're just going to look at the teams here, try and throw them into a quick 7th to 1st. So 7th, who are we throwing in 7th, Sam?
7th. I'm just getting the division up now, actually. 7th.
Well, you have to look at the bottom two. Just look at the bottom two.
I don't think it will be. I don't think they'll be rock bottom. I think there's some momentum and some games picked up. They can certainly battle to get off the bottom step. But I would say I'll put the Lucio's kittens here.
Yeah, so will I. Who are you putting 6th?
I think I gotta go with the new boys in this one actually. The
Bunch of
idiots.
idiots. Number two on names.
If you want. They've number 2 on names, bottom 2 in our predictions.
Yeah, there you go. They keeping it consistent. They top or bottom two.
Exactly. Consistency is what you need in this league.
5th place. I'll go first on this one. I'm going to put Noobs Are Us in 5th.
Oh, is that a close one? You know what? I'm gonna put Church of Kronos here.
Oi, big man thing.
Perhaps a slight upset. Perhaps not the expected pick.
4th. I have to go Church Kronos. I'm guessing you're going Noobs Are Us.
But yeah, the reason I put them 5th is I think New Zealand might be able to sort of prove a little bit of an upset every now and then, pick up a game which they might not be expected to pick up. I think they'll put up a fight for that 4th place.
3rd place.
This is where it gets interesting.
I'm going the Fat Logs.
I think I've got to agree here. I think I would have got to agree with Pat Logs in 3rd. Although this could be very interesting.
2nd place.
I mean, I think there's only one team which we've predicted to win at least 99% of their games.
Mozzarella sticks.
I think we've got to put us in 2nd here.
1st place.
I mean, it might be a shock to some people,
Might be.
but I've got to put the Salty Boys here.
You're right, we do. But we are missing out one vital place. Who are we putting on the throne?
There's only one answer here.
I think it's no opponent this week going on the throne.
This week.
Bro never dropped a set.
I'm going on a limb and say that they won't even drop a single death.
Bro, bro, they don't even need to get kills.
Exactly, no towers dropped, nothing.
Bro, they just chilling.
Fortress.
They vibing. They got
Maybe you're hoping.
they got 9 people at the back. They got Peter Crouch up front. They got Tony Pulis on the sidelines.
That might be why they're undefeated, to be fair. They got 9 men in a 5-man team.
They got 10 different girls and 10 different faces.
There might be something going on there that might need to be looked into.
Oh, Jallo was right. Jallo predicted this happening, bro. I think that's it though. Let's hit a rank dub before I have to go off. But anyway, boys, thanks for watching. Mark 1 by Drillers, root for the mozzarella sticks, boys.
See you, boys.